All right, everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew, episode 904 on this beautiful Thursday evening. Tonight, we're going to have content, we're going to have techniques, we're going to have fun, we're going to be learning. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad you guys are all here because you could have been anywhere else, but you decided to be here, and that's what matters because consistency is the key. Guys, consistency. By the way, who's talking about Jello? Me. My name is Andy. I am the guy that runs the back office over here, but you're not here for me. You're here for Brandy. She's got her Series 6, 63, 26, Series 65, and her Series 7, which makes her more than qualified to teach you all the things you need to know. So that way you too can get a pass notice and just like She-Ra, have all the power. Yeah? Yeah. All right, everybody. It is that Thursday evening. It is heading into the weekend, and we got lots of choices coming our way. I know I do because we have a lot of kids. I'm just saying. And they fill up your schedule quick, like quicker than water in a glass. It just everything from football to track to miscellaneous stuff. I need to go to work. I got this going on. I got that. Look, distractions are plenty, but you got to make a choice to just get it done and make it happen. You got to do it in the morning. You got to make it happen. It's just like you got to set up a routine for yourself. A routine of just taking care of yourself and doing things that you need to do for you to advance yourself in every way, whether it's mentally, physically, spiritually. You got to have time for you. Otherwise, you just walk around dead. I mean, honestly, have you ever felt like that? Where you just feel like, man, I just feel like I'm just living this life of being on a treadmill and I don't necessarily know what I'm doing half the time. I'm just moving for others and not necessarily for myself. I'm going from one point to the other, but I'm not slowing down to like do the things that I need for me. Guys, you got to take time for yourself. You got to. There's nothing wrong with being a little selfish with your time and taking care of yourself and making sure that you do the things you need to do, because you know what? You can't be there for everybody else if you don't take care of you. It's going to catch up. It makes a moodier you. It makes a more depressing you. And it makes you not satisfied.
Not running at your 100.
You're not running at your 100. So the best way that I know how is I get my things done in the morning. Like today, I didn't know I was going to be at a tire shop from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m., but I was there. But do you know what I did do? I packed my bag before I went, even though I don't trust anybody. When they tell me, oh, it's going to be real quick, I'm like, sure it will. And then I pack up my bag for the whole entire day and I get ready to go be somewhere for all day. And you know what? I did. I was there all day and I worked. And guess what? I got my exercise in because I loaded up my heavy backpack and I went for a walk. And I went and got my food. I went and got water. I went and walked everywhere. And then I went back. Just making the best out of it. Because the day is not going to be ruined by things that I didn't see coming. It's not, everything is not going to go the way that we planned. It's just not the way it is. And if you're a spiritual person or a biblical person, right, it says it, right? I think God says he, sees your plans and laughs at it, right? Because the plans have already been set. You might think you have plans, but there's already plans already in place. And you just got to follow it. You got to just go with it. Because you never know what it leads to. You never know the blessings that it happens. And if you don't pass these exams, if you have an exam tomorrow and you don't pass, that doesn't make you. That doesn't make you at all. It's all the things that were leading up to that exam that make you. It's all the things after the exam, whether it's pass or failed, that make you. It's the routines we set. It's how we view ourselves. It's what we say to ourselves. It's how we believe in ourselves. It's how we persevere. These are all the things that build us into the person that we are. It's not the fact that it says pass or fail on that paper. Just like it's not the money in your bank that makes you a person either. It's who you are. It's the journey of to how you filled that bank account, right? It's how did you get there? It's all the sleepless nights. It's all the sacrifices. It's all the choices that nobody else would make. It's all the personal decisions you had to make in front of the mirror. It's all the times that you did things that you didn't want to do, but you did it anyway. It's all the times you self-doubted, but you pushed through it anyway and you went and did it. It's all the times that everybody was hating on you and told you all the negative things and made fun of you, and you did it anyway. And by the way, when you hear all them people tell you those things, guess who's on your side as soon as you accomplish it? They are. And guess what the first words they say? I knew you always would do it. I knew you could do it. I knew the whole time. And you just want to, and then in the back of your head, you're like, you liar. You did not. You're lying. Because every time I saw you was the opposite story. But you know what? That's on them. That's on them. Because they're just projecting the fact that they don't have that courage. And I feel bad for them because they don't have the courage that I do. But I hope they get the example that I set, and then they go, you know what? If that person can do it, I can do it. But you have to push through all that. And this weekend, it's going to be plenty of that. And you're going to remember the things I said. And you're going to remember that it doesn't matter what score you get, that you're going to persevere and you're going to push through. And you're going to feel like, man, I don't even know if I'm even getting this. I don't even know if it's even worth it. I don't even know if I want to do this anymore. You're going to have all those thoughts, and you got to flip it, and you got to go, you know what? There's a lot of positive that I can do. Not just for me, but for my family, my community, the people around me. And you remember those whys, your personal why, not mine, but your personal why. And then you dig deep and you just go with it. And guys, I don't know when your time is, but it'll be there. And then it's so rewarding. So this weekend, when you're like, you're feeling it, just remember what I said and you just go for it. Just go for it. These are the things that make you feel alive. These are the things that grow you. These are the things that you're going to remember, and you're going to go, man, that was such a journey. That was awesome. Literally, that's what you're going to say. That was awesome. And some of y'all that are older, you know, and you lived a life for a minute, you know what I'm talking about. Because some of us, we were a little bit more broke when we first got married. We were a little bit more broke when we started off. And then you look where you're at and you're like, or, you know, not even just money wise, but maybe you're just a little bit more broken, and you realize how together you are now. And you remember all those times you relied on your partner, or you relied on, you know, all the different things and how it was, and you the struggle, and you're like, man, all those tears, and look at where we're at. And it's rewarding to know that you have that courage and you have that peace, knowing that you can overcome. And guys, a lot of you have overcome a lot more than these silly tests. You overcome a lot more. These are just silly tests when you look at it. They ain't there. There's so many more things that are, you know, way more powerful to overcome, and you did it. So this ain't nothing but a chicken wing. Just make it happen. Just get it done. All right. Speaking of getting it done, let's get into the brew. I always like to give you guys a little bit of encouragement on them Thursdays, because that's when you need to feel it, because it's a weekend in which we are not with you tomorrow, and we don't see you all, some of you all, till Monday. And I like to give you guys that positive mental attitude, the PMA, as we like to call it, because guys, it's all about your mentality and which way you get through it. Because look it, you might not have been on the academy all this week, but you can get caught up this weekend. You can do your 21-day plan. We got a review coming out this weekend for all the things you missed during the academy, so you can get caught up. So if you haven't joined us yet, you can join us. Scan the QR code, hit the links. You can get on to the academy or start your 21-day plan. We got them for the SIE 6 and 63 and 26, and a 30-day for the 65. We got study guides available for the SIE 6 and 63. We got stuff for the 26. We got the message board that's 24/7. That's your 24/7 study hall.
Yep.
It's your Kona community.
That's right.
Ask questions, get answers, ask somebody, period. Yeah. It's great. You don't feel so alone, right? When everybody's gone, you're like, oh man, everybody's gone to the movies and I'm here all by myself. Join the Kona community. Get in there. Find a study partner.
Yep.
Anyways, my number is 951-290-3077. I'm on Instagram, Telegram. Check us out. We got that reminder for tomorrow. We got Friday. We got the SIE Academy. We got live techniques. Brandy's going to be giving you those techniques on how to read them exams. Party starts at 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Please check your local listings there for your time zone. So that way you don't miss those 2 sessions tomorrow. All right. You ready to get going, Brandy?
Yes, I am.
Let's go. What it do, crew? All right. Series 6, we're going to do content. We're going to do techniques. And why we call it the Series 6? Because we're going to go through 6 different exams with 6 different questions, 6 different answers. We're going to answer them with the techniques. We're going to do a little bit of content. Brandy's going to show you how she does it. And we're going to do it for all the different exams. So let's buckle up. Let's take some notes and let's learn how to go.
Yes, let's go. Let's go. Oh, wait, I'm going this time.
Yes,
all right, guys. All right, guys. We have the options, disclosure document. We have statement of additional information, prospectus, and official statement. So interesting. I didn't catch this actually until like just now, but I got statement and I got statement. But I also have options. And then I have additional information. I got prospectus and I got something official. Right. So what I'm going to do is focus because yeah, B and D are both talking about statements, but sometimes, whereas on Tuesdays, we answered the questions solely based on like a technique like that they answered, 99% of the time is B or D.
Right.
But in this case, guys, sometimes we look a little past just the technique and we try to focus on a piece of the wording that we can connect to. Right. So like we do this on Mondays, right? We go, okay, what does this sound like to you? What does this sound like to you? Keywords, right? So options, additional information, prospectus, and official statement, right? So the question says, which of the following documents must be provided to the customer prior to the approval of an options account? See what I mean by the keyword match? So we're going to go options, and then we're gonna go boom.
Yeah, because you guys are all thinking, is it prospectus? I don't know. I know that comes out before. Look, this is where we know the answer is going to be that. We feel it in our gut, and you just go with it.
Exactly.
Because it's right. You don't do that thing in your head where you always go, oh no, it can't be that easy. Let me go ahead and mark the wrong ones.
Yeah,
because that's what I do.
I think it's official statement. Right? All right. Oh, right. Supply and demand has an A. I mean, it has an and, not an A. Company's financial condition, vote of the stockholders, board of directors, right? So I'm looking at this and I'm going, okay, financial condition. We're looking at some like forms, supply and demand. That's like an economic term, votes and board of directors, right? So this is like management.
I'm almost thinking like this is a big company.
Right.
It has stockholders. It has board of directors.
Votes, and then like econ.
And then we got to figure out, do they have a viable company with the supply and demand?
Exactly. So, boom. Stock market's value is directly determined by which of the following? Well, if I lean in on the technique of the fact that it says and I look at the word that says value, let me think about this. Value, supply, demand. Why are Lambos more expensive than Civics? Boom, supply and demand.
No, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to take it one step just more common sense wise, because that's how I do it. What determines value? Is it the board of directors? When you go buy your car, do you give it to what's about the board of directors? No. Do I care about the vote on the stockholders? No. Do I care about the company's financial condition? Not really, because I'm looking at that Honda. That doesn't really matter to me, right? How many times have you ever bought a car and thought about those things? None. But do you know what makes value to me? The supply and demand of it. How many are there? Does anybody even want these? You know what I mean? That's what's valuable. Shoot, nobody wants it. There's none of them. Shoot, I guess dang, probably not worth getting.
Exactly.
Remember the Yugo? Some of you guys are
actually.
You don't remember that? You don't remember the Yugo?
Yeah, I do, because it's in cars too.
It was Russia's one attempt to have a car that was sold everywhere. Oh my gosh, those things were such a pile.
Dude, it's in cars too. It's the lemons.
It's in the 80s. They were lemons.
I know.
A Yugo.
Y'all know.
Yugo. Y-O-U-G-O? I think that was what it was. Yeah, Y-U-G-O. Yeah, Yugo.
Yeah, it was a model. Make?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's Toyota, but Yugo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, they're a pile.
Yeah. See what I mean? Cars 2. Everybody's going to watch Cars 2 now. All right. I have ensure the firm is meeting all requirements of the Bank Secrecy Act for opening accounts. Bank Secrecy Act is capitalized, so I'm just going to focus on that. Ensure the firm is properly training employees of the requirements of the BSA. I could just assume Bank Secrecy Act, BSA, right? I got the ensure and I got the ensure. Notify customers immediately when a SAR is being filed. Well, that's not BSA, right? There's no BSA.
No.
And then D says monitor compliance with all BSA requirements, right? So that's BSA. And so like there's, oops, I didn't mean to circle that because I wanted to stay consistent, underline, right? So if I'm going by, techniques, C is actually the answer, right? Because I'm going based on technique, right?
The fact that one's different.
Right. And then I'm looking at all requirements of the Bank Secrecy Act. That sounds legit. Properly training employees. That sounds legit. Monitor compliance with the requirements. Again, that all sounds legit. But what is this SAR thing, right?
I don't know. It seems excessive though. Every single time.
And notify immediately. And it says an AML compliance officer should do all the following except. So AML, now here's where your content's going to come in. SAR sounds, or SAR is suspicious activity report. Okay, guys, if you were suspecting somebody, are you going to tell them, hey, yo, are you doing something bad over there? I really suspect you doing something bad over there. So I filled out a form suspecting you, and you're going to get a call from the authorities.
Yeah, I just want to let you know.
Yeah.
We totally suspect you right now.
Yeah. No, we're not going to do that, guys. We're not going to notify people that we're suspicious of them. We're just going to let the proper channels handle that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just like the lady I saw get caught shoplifting today.
Mm-hmm.
She had no idea it was coming down.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That doesn't always work with children either.
No.
Nah. Got sneaky. Ooh, numbers, Roman numerals.
Oh, you're just making somebody chafe right now.
People are stressed out right now.
You're either stressed or chafing.
I'm gonna ease some pain for you guys. So guys, look, we still approach it the same way, right? I look at my answers first. I'm picking 2, right? I'm gonna pick 2. And guys, the reason why this is important to do this is because, look, in my own studying, I would force 2 answers. I wouldn't have even looked down below at the ABCD, right? I'm looking up here and I'm going, okay, I have to pick 2. And then I get down to the bottom. I'm like, oh, I didn't have to just pick 2. So
it was a 3.
Yeah. So it's pretty vital that you guys look at how many you have to pick, right? So I got that, right? It says you got a fixed, you got a variable, right? Fixed, variable, fixed, vary, right? And then we're talking about benefits and contributions. Okay. The question says,
By the way, variable and vary are the same thing.
Yes. Defined contribution. Now, I think of defined as like, fixed. Yeah, defined.
Defined seems fixed to me.
So I'm just going to start with 3 then. The contribution, right? Contribution, defined, fixed, 3. So there's a 3 here. There's a 3 there, right? So you're out and you're out. So 1 or 2. Well, the whole reason I think that they're asking me this is that they want me to know the difference between contributions and benefits, right? So if the contribution is fixed, I'm just going to go out on a limb there and say the benefit varies. So that would be 2 and 3.
Do you see that? Probably people are going, why would the benefit be why would you have that?
Who cares?
Why would it be adverse, Brandy?
Because the way I see questions like this, and maybe this just comes from seeing so many questions and looking beyond, like I'm always looking for the trick. I'm always looking for the inside information on there.
Eric says, how can both be fixed? It's true.
And he's right. How can both be fixed? So if you're asking about 2 different things with 2 different outcomes, I figure they're going to be opposite.
I took it this way too. Contribution can always be fixed. Like you can as low as $20 a month, right? We hear it all the time, right? But the benefits are always variable because needs are variable. we don't always have the same needs, so the benefits might not be the same every time. Or what about time? Doesn't like inflation sometimes take into effect? Like, what if we were still getting the same benefits of somebody who was doing good in like 1980? You know, shoot, I could buy a pack of gum back then for like 25 cents or 10 cents, right? What literally now you walk around and you're like, I can't even buy anything with 10 cents, right? I can't even buy a smile with 10 cents. Nothing. Nothing's for 10 cents. So obviously the benefits as we move through time, the benefits are probably going to vary as we move through time. There's many different ways in which why the benefit would be variable.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can always just think of they're always going to be inverse.
Right. Either
Keep
way.
it simple.
Either way. Either way. Boom. Mhm. Hey, guys, don't be intimidated by these things. It's like you're basically it's like two answers in one, or two questions in one, or 1.5 questions in one. Guys, just start with the one that you connect with. It's either it is or it isn't, and then you either cross it off or circle. That's it. Guys, just handle it like it's two different questions. You guys got this. Okay. Don't let it affect you. All right. High inflation. Eek. Deflation. That's a balloon.
Oh, there you're talking about Tom Brady's footballs.
That too. Same difference. Okay. Mild inflation or stagnation, right? So we've got a puddle. We got a little bit. We got, and then we've got a lot. Right? Oops.
Mild inflation. Mild inflation is not bad.
No, this is good. We
It's
like
really good. We like mild.
like mild, right? It's just a little bit. It's just a little spicy. High inflation's like, whew, it's really spicy.
Ghost pepper. Barely eat it.
Yeah. See, I put it in terms. She got it.
Exactly. Just picoso.
All right. Which of the following can encourage economic growth because gradually increasing prices tend to stimulate business investments?
Picoso.
Gradual.
Just a little bit.
Mild. Little bit.
Just a little bit to make you feel alive.
Can you turn it up just a little bit? Just a little bit. See? And look. Guys, honestly, you really didn't even need to know. Yeah, I mean, inflation, right? Inflation.
We all
Inflation.
have been experiencing high inflation. It's not fun.
Yeah, we just want, look.
And we definitely don't want deflation because everything dives to the bottom.
Yeah.
And we don't ever like anything the same. The only thing on here is good.
Yeah.
Is mild inflation.
Right. Like mild hot sauce. Higher yields. Ooh, first of all, hold on. Never mind. Back it up. Let's just read the words. I have an interesting take. Higher yields should be expected when assuming less risk. What? High yield, less risk should be expected?
Nope.
No.
I live by the fact that we gotta like the higher the yield, the more the risk.
Because that's too good to be true, right? So safer investments come with higher yields. I think this is literally saying the same thing, right? And we've already kind of crossed that one off, so we get to cross that one off. Safer investments. Oh, look at this. Same. Safer investments tend to offer lower yields.
Yep.
Okay. And guys, look at this word tend to. Doesn't that sound very definitional? Much like this. Tend to.
It's not committal to one way or the other.
Yeah, just saying that that's a really good, like, when we talk about subtle hints, that's like, I don't know why, a good word. Lower yields should be expected when assuming more risk. This is just no. So the answer C, right? Which of the following is true? I didn't even read that part, but which of the following is true? And yes, guys, we got C.
Yep.
I didn't even see that B and C were opposite. I just saw that come with or tend to, and tend to just seems very testable.
Did we actually do 6 questions?
Yeah.
We did 6, guys. 6 done in the books. Made it easy. It's not that hard. You're like, well, it's never that easy when I do it.
Because you're thinking too much.
and you don't have enough practice.
No, man, this gets easier with practice, and you have to be okay with letting go.
When you was on your first day at your job, wasn't it more difficult than like the 365th day? Yeah. Yeah. Because you get better at it. You've had more chances to do it
Yep.
over and over again. You just get better and better as you practice.
Yeah. Don't tap out after the first couple tries.
You start learning the little shortcuts, the nuances. You start observing things. You're more in it. But guess what? That can only happen if you actually do it, if you practice and you work at it and you look at these things and you observe it and you put them into practice all the time and you try what works for you and your brain and you're constantly doing these things because it's just what you do. It gets easier and easier because you get better and better. And there's only one way to do it, and that's just to do it. So tonight, go get your quizzes if you haven't done it. Make sure to make it happen through the weekend, everybody. We got stuff going on for members tomorrow. We're going to be back for the Studying Brew back on Monday. Until then, everybody, stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. And keep that positive mental attitude. PMA, everybody, have a great night.
Thank you guys so much for being on. We super appreciate you. Guys, don't forget your quizzes tonight and through the weekend. See you guys next time. Have a great one.